the white man was coming out of an ice box and coming out of a cave that didn't have no form of a civilization and behavior. And he would need a guidebook to go about just to learn how to be human. So therefore, a lot of this stuff was encoded into the Bible, which makes sense to me because look what he did to the world with the damn Bible. Can you imagine what this beast would do if he didn't have no code of ethics? Hell, he damn near broke every law known to man on the planet to this day with the Bible. As a matter of fact, the devil in the book don't even go with the white man because the devil in the book is a damn Mickey Mouse. They got to create a new mythological character to deal with this white boy because we ain't never had nothing in mythology to this day to describe what diabolical shit this motherfucker do. You name it. You understand what I'm saying? You name it. 90% of the foods you eat on the planet now is all artificial. You see what I'm saying? And don't fuck around no more and go to these Japanese and Chinese restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
Those are cats and rats.
Yes, sir.
Those are rats. That's a whole nother story. I got a lecture on that shit recently. Those are rats they eat. The Mexicans came over and they know how to make a rat as big as a chicken. Mexicans now work for the Chinese, and they started. And so what it is a cut. So they and the CDC got in on it. And so what they start doing is they start serving rats. It's a delicacy over there. Where they are. If it's in China, if it moves, they eat it. That's on National Geographic. So they start serving rats, and the CDC say, good, serve them to niggas. And then and if you go to the underground, you'll see. If you go to the underground now, you'll see on the food court, you'll see everybody with a toothpick. Used to be one Chinese, Japanese place with a toothpick. Now everybody got a toothpick. You can walk around the food court and eat the food, and by the time you get to the end of the food court, you can be full. That's because most of that shit is rat. Because they make them as big as chickens now. The CDC is in on it too to see what they do to get the movie Demolition Man. It was eating rat. They say, you see any cows around here? Now the reason why I know, I just did a lecture 2 weeks ago in Columbia, South Carolina, and the sister said they was on the news telling niggas not to kill these rats because they got rats now running around as big as dogs and cats. Oh. Because the Mexicans Mexicans are everywhere, and they know how to feed them to make them big. And they say, well, don't feed them. They say, because the Mexicans use them for their chili and their tacos. That's why Taco Bell was all up in damn Demolition Man. And so I said, wait a minute, hold on, why did the damn news come on? NBC News down in Columbia, South Carolina, Channel 10 will come on and say, don't poison the rats because the Mexicans use them for chili and food. Instead of telling the damn Mexicans, look, you motherfuckers don't be eating no rats because these niggas is going to poison them. But it was the other way around. That's because they're serving them shits in the restaurants too. They don't want people to get killed. The wrong people walking in get a poison rat. That's what I'm trying to say. In the Asian food, when you got all that shit chopped up, and since everything tastes like chicken anyway,
there you go. There you go.
Don't eat no motherfucking. I'll tell you. Don't eat none of that Asian food, man. Because that shit, and the soy products now, they got a synthetic, it's called genetically modified soybean, and it shuts down melanin. Yeah. That's a whole other thing. We'll get into that in a few minutes. But
okay, now, let me tell you what I saw. Yesterday when I was walking up on Port Royal, when I had come around that bend, there's an entrance to Valley Green, and it's a long, I tried to walk it before my legs healed a little bit, and I couldn't do it because it's a real long entrance to Valley Green. It's a hill or whatever. But let me tell you what I saw yesterday morning at 7:30. 2 Asian women carrying this gigantic, I don't know if it was a 50-gallon or I think it was a 100-gallon or more container. They carry it, and one's on each side, and they walking down to the entrance to Valley Green. Okay? And I'm I'm saying to myself, what the hell are they doing? Is it ice in there? Or I'm thinking that maybe there was ice and they were going to dump it at the, because they were coming from like where they were coming from where those single homes are. So I guess they live there. So anyway, these two Asian women, they walked past the entrance from, I forgot the name of the street. And then they continue to walk down. I'm like, what the hell do they have in that container? And of course, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, those ladies got some cats up in there. They got some dead skin cats or skin rats or something in there. And they're getting ready to dump that stuff at Valley Green. Now, check this out. So I looked up. We already know because we saw them at Medina's house. We saw them outside. Do foxes eat dead cats? Look at that. They generally prey. Foxes will prey on cats and they'll eat dead cats, right? Now check this out. There have been sightings of wolves. And remember I told you me and Donna had gone there and she thought it was a dog and I was like, no, that's a wolf. There have been sightings at Valley Green of coyotes and wolves on top of foxes in Valley Green. So those ladies were getting ready to dump that stuff down there because they knew that those animals were going to eat them. Look at that crap. Stay out them Asian restaurants, y'all. Seriously. Like, look at that. Coyotes, coy dogs, and foxes. Oh, my. And then, like, last year, several sightings of coyotes. And Medina and I saw a coyote around nearby Philadelphia University. Foxes in Silicon Valley Park. Look at that. So, I'm telling you, if people didn't believe it, yes. Those Asian ladies were dumping cats, dogs, or whatever, skin stuff down there. And that thing was heavy because they were struggling trying to carry it. And I turned around and saw them, and they were walking into the entrance of Valley Green. That's crazy.